Hi guys, I'm Rochelle and I'm a Ravenclaw. Today I'm going to be doing a Top 5 Wednesday topic. Top 5 Wednesday was originally created by Lainey at Ginger Eats Lainey. I'll leave her channel down below. It is currently being run by Sam from Thoughts on Tomes. I'll also leave a link to her channel down below. And if you are interested in doing a Top 5 Wednesday video, I will leave a link to the Goodreads group where all the topics are posted every month in case you want to join in. This week's Top 5 Wednesday topic is favourite unlikable protagonists. These are protagonists that maybe are written as unlikable characters, or for whatever reason lots of people just don't like this person, but for whatever reason you root for this character even though a lot of other people maybe don't. Anyway, I have an honourable mention that I'm just going to get out of the way very quickly because I feel like this is going to be on a lot of people's lists, and I do agree, but it's maybe not my top 5, and I like to be able to share with you guys maybe some things that you haven't heard of. So my honourable mention must go to the Game of Thrones series. There are some pretty despicable main characters here, i.e. Jaime and Cersei and basically all the Lannisters. Yes, I did coordinate my outfit for this. Lots of people also don't like Daenerys. I think she's awesome. The same can be said for Tyrion. He starts off as maybe someone that a lot of people don't like, but I like Daenerys and Tyrion and Jaime. I'm less okay with Cersei. She's not very nice, guys. As I was making my way through this list, I very quickly discovered that all of the people that I like that lots of other people don't like fall under a certain category. And that's what I believe to be the Slitherclaws. So, Slitherclaw is a person, going by Harry Potter because that's just who I am. A Slitherclaw is someone who either is primary Slytherin but has Ravenclaw traits, or primary Ravenclaw who has Slytherin traits. And I'm a primary Ravenclaw that has Slytherin traits, and I think Tyrion and Jaime and Daenerys may also be Slitherclaws, and a lot of the people on my list I would also classify as Slitherclaws. So maybe that's just me. Maybe I can just relate to these characters way more than a lot of other people can. You Griffin puffs out there. So yeah, I had to talk about Game of Thrones. But now to my actual top 5. I have not listed these in any particular order except the number 1, so I'm just going to be grabbing like whatever book. I have a top, but these are just like kind of smattered. They're all kind of on the same level. So at number 5, I've got Victor and Eli from Vicious. I don't love Eli, but I can understand where he is coming from. Victor, on the other hand, I love him. Victor is a just wonderful human being who has suffered terribly. Like, you guys, if you haven't read this poor kid, he's just trying to do the best that he can do. But yeah, so I've got Victor and Eli. At number 4, I've got Agnes from Burial Rites by Hannah Kent. This is a difficult one. I have some issues with Agnes and the choices that she makes. However, I can also understand why she makes the choices she makes. So, Burial Rites follows a mostly accurate recounting of the last person to be executed in Iceland. This is Agnes. This is the story of the crime that she committed and her motivations and stuff behind it. She's pretty crotchety, I'm not gonna lie, but she also lived in 1829, and that's a pretty shitty time to be a woman, let's be honest. So, Agnes, I knew that the end was gonna be the end, but I kept hoping for like that last minute reprieve because she didn't deserve this. So that's Agnes from Burial Rites. At number 3, I know that a lot of people are going to be like, Rochelle, what are you doing? But I have my favorite classic of all time, and that is Wuthering Heights. So yeah, Catherine and Heathcliff, A+. A+. Shitty people that I love. They just want to love each other and be together, and everyone's against them. So they're just doing the best that they can. And the best that they can is screwing each other over as much as possible. So, 16-year-old Rochelle, she got this. She understood the vindictive vengefulness that was necessary to live this life. Heathcliff, Catherine, great romance. Terrible love story. I love these two. They're horrible, but they're my babies. They're my precious little babies. They just wanted to love each other. And things kept them apart and it was bullshit. So, Catherine and Heathcliff, terrible people, but I love them. And the second last characters that I'm going to talk about today is, again, terrible people, but I love them. So, this is The Magicians by Lev Grossman. The protagonist in this is Quentin. I'm also going to lump Julia in here because Julia is just exquisite. She's very tortured and I adore her. I think we can also all understand that most of these characters are really emo angsty teens who I also understand and love dearly because I was a super angsty emo teen, if you hadn't guessed. Quentin is a bit of a dickhead. He has some issues, which I would call depression. I'm not sure that he is diagnosed as depressed in this series. I know that he talks about the symptoms of depression quite heavily. I don't know whether he gets medicated. However, Julia, who is also the other character in this that I love, is also super depressed. She gets diagnosed with depression, she gets put on medication, and just for whatever reason that's not working out for her, so she continues to be her bitch ass self. I love the emo angsty teen. I'm sorry. They're just, I want to protect and love them. I want to make everything better for them. So yeah, number 2, Quentin and Julia. And my number 1 book is a book that I do not currently own, but I'm planning to rectify very soon. And that is Prince of Thorns by Mark Lawrence. The main character in this is Jorg, and Jorg is a ruthless little bastard. And I love him deeply. Now, if you don't know what this is about, Jorg is, the crown prince of the realm. His father is murdered. While his father is being assassinated, there is also a coordinated attack on his mother, himself, and his younger brother. His mother and his younger brother don't make it through this. He witnesses all this and then is thrown in like a pretty hectic thorn bush. And this is like a plant very particular to this realm there, where the thorns are poisoned or something to cause excruciating pain. And Jorg has to crawl out of this thorn bush, like they leave him to die because he's just gonna be immobilized by the pain. And Rant Incoming. So Jorg manages to muster his determination and his force of will, and he crawls through that thorn bush, racked with pain, flesh being pulled off him. He survives, and then realizes that there is no way to go back and claim his throne. Because he's A, too young, and B, he has no power yet. He has no ability to be like, I'm Crown Prince Jorg, this is my throne now. So you know what he does? He goes and gets power. He survives. He lives. He does what he has to to make it through and avenge his family. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't really bullshit things that Jorg does. Jorg is a fuckhead. He just is. But he does it for good reasons. He sees what needs to be done, and he doesn't falter. He's like, alright, I've got to create some power, so I've got to create some fear in this guy, my uncle, who has murdered my entire family with no issues whatsoever. So I'm going to become like this badass dark Robin Hood. I'm going to fuck over all the noble people. I'm not going to worry too much about the little people because I'm trying to survive and take care of the realm as a whole. So Jorg does that. And he kicks ass. And he's smart. He plans his shit out. He figures out what he needs to do. And if that involves doing some really shitty things, it involves doing some really shitty things. Politics, medieval times. This is how this crap worked. I'm sorry, I will contain my rant now. So yes, lots of people hate Jorg and who he becomes and the stuff that he does. And I'm not saying that people are wrong for doing that, but I also think that, you know, he has reasons for the stuff that he does. If he had been left to live his life like a normal child, then he wouldn't have had to do these things. He does what he does for the good of the realm and his kingdom and his survival. And if you don't understand that and give him a bit of leeway for it, that's so ridiculous. Like, he's an 8-year-old boy just trying to survive. Of course he's gonna steal and fight and learn to be a dickhead. Because the only people that will take him in are bandits. Like, I'm sorry, but Jorg is a baby, and he's my baby, and I love his little shitheadedness. Alright, I'm gonna stop talking about that, because clearly I'm way too passionate. Anyway, that was my top 5 unlikable protagonists that I root for. I hope that you don't hate me after this, because of the people that I love and treasure. If you have any issues with the people that I love, I would love to talk to you about it down in the comments. If you also love my precious little babies, please feel free to let me know down in the comments, because I would also love to extol their virtues, because I feel like they get shit on a lot. They're my babies. Please let me know if you enjoyed this Top 5 Wednesday, if you are hoping to maybe join in on a Top 5 Wednesday. I would also love to know. That's everything from me this video. I hope you have a magical day. Bye!